Hey guys, welcome back to what's probably going to be part 1 of the finale towards the true end of Buried Stars, from what I'm told. So yeah, I've already been caught up to everything. I know exactly, well, not what's going to happen in the story, but I know at some point in the story is going to prevent me from doing archive streams. So we're going to go all the way up to that point. It's pretty obvious. It'll show me exactly when it is. Hi. Thanks for coming in the chat, guys. What's up? Also, I finally got Streamlabs to work a little bit better on a couple of things, like my mini feed and things like that. So I do have some things I can do now. Like, I can show when someone subscribes, like this guy. Let me see. Flirt48 subscribed a while ago. That was about 3 days ago. And then I also have this. Do that. Lucy Lim also subscribed. I'm learning some stuff now. I'm learning stuff about Streamlabs, guys. I'm learning. But yeah. Ooh. We left on a cliffhanger last time, didn't we? This creepy music, man. But yeah, other than that... Oh, there it pays again. But yeah, I'm learning stuff. We're at, right now, from what I looked at it, 99 subscribers, so... Close. We close to 100. I wonder if we can make it from that today. But yeah. Other than that, it seems like this is a good time to start going, so let's go back into the game.
이거... 그거야? 스스로?
그렇다고 밖에는...
살겠다고 틀어박힌 거 아니었어?
Inha stood against the wall and panted heavily.
다 틀렸다고 생각해버린 거야? 조금만 더 빨랐으면...
Everyone collapsed out of despair.
안 돼.
Doyoon slowly stood up.
나... 확인해봐야겠어.
어떤 걸?
세일이가 지녔던 진실.
Detective, seeking the truth, let's go.
그걸 모르고서 이렇게 끝내버릴 순 없어.
The rest of the group gathered around Doyoon one by one. End of all suspicions. Investigation started at 5:10 a.m. Quick save! Moved closer to the body, but nothing changed. Seal was no longer alive. Other than the neck wound, no other wounds were visible at first glance.
내 상처가 있어.
There are wounds on his fingertips. His nails were broken, and his fingertips bloody. The fingernails on both of Seal's hands were damaged and bloody. Doyoon barely managed to look towards Seal's neck. The bruise was visible around his neck like a thin string.
대체 어떻게 된 건지 봐야 돼.
There were little wounds around the bruise. It was clear the cause of death was hanging. The wound from the belt wrapped around all the way Seal's neck. There are also some small marks in the front of his neck. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. I've played some detective games before, guys, where like when you're trying to see like suicide, the main point of hanging not to be morbid, is like to break your neck in order to die instantly. And I'm guessing the wounds on his neck and on his fingertips are from him clawing at his neck, trying to breathe, before he actually passed out from the pain and then died that way. But yeah, it's a terrible thing to do when you mess it up. It'll hurt. It's probably going to be there for a while. You'll probably be in a bunch of pain before you finally pass out and die. Because like the whole point of it is to break your neck and die instantly. Yoon saw a strap under Seal's chin. A leather belt was hanging on a metal hook by a high shelf.
이 끈 어디서 나온 거지?
제 뒤에 걸린 재킷. 그거 허리끈이야. 옷에서 빠진 걸 보니까 확실해.
Yoon took a deep breath, barely managing to speak. Teal pulled out a belt from a costume in the dressing room, tied it around a steel ring on a shelf to hang himself. There was a notebook near his feet.
이게 그 수첩.
So this is the notebook. Yoon slowly picked up the notebook. As he opened it, the last wrinkled page caught his eye.
새로운 재밌거리를 찾아봤지만 생각한 만큼 자극적이지는 않았다.
That says 2018 10/13? I don't know what day it is in the game, but I don't think that's the same day.
아주 바닥을 쳤다는 생각만 가득할 뿐이다. 또 아무것도 바뀌지 않을 거야. 분명히 그럴 거다. 그럼 이제 어떻게 해야 되지? 무능력하고 휘둘리고 남의 뒷공문이나 쫓아다니면서 헛된 꿈을 꾸는데 죄를 짓고 또 짓고.
Yoon could sense the feeling of shame and despair from his writing. It is October 2018? Maybe. Teal's last diary entry said he found something exciting, but it wasn't fun and nothing would change. He called himself an incompetent fool controlled by others chasing some vain dream. Yoon let out a groan.
뭐라고 되어 있는데?
일기처럼 보여. 일단은
Yoon flipped through the pages.
언제부터 쓴 거야?
날짜를 봐선 올해 초부터요.
The page was densely filled with letters. Feeling dizzy, Do-yoon closed the notebook. Teal kept a diary, contestants' memos, documents, and photos in his notebook. The dates in his diary suggested he'd been using the notebook since the beginning of his year. With that, some photos fell from the notebook. He picked it up without a second thought. 2018, 9/15, so a month before he wrote that. Spy photos. A photo of Soo-young and Hee-sung apparently taken secretly. The date of the pictures is from around the end of the preliminaries. He couldn't read the entire diary on the spot. Yoon took a step back from the body. Table surrounding the area caught his eye. Things around him looked a little messier than before.
몸부림을 친 흔적인가?
A sign of a struggle. The area around his body is disorganized. It looks like it might have been from a struggle, but not a previous mess. Do-yoon slowly looked around. He checked the messenger bag. A small pen, coins, receipts, and the tablet were there. Do-yoon took out the tablet to examine it.
이거 상태가 안 좋아.
That fit was nice. Oh my god. Stop, Corey. There was a large crack on the side of the screen and the battery had swelled.
그거 켜져 있어?
The Yoon tried to turn it on, but it didn't work.
안 되는 것 같나?
A questionable tablet found in Seal's messenger bag. One of the edges is broken and the battery is swollen. It doesn't turn on. Yoon checked everything his eyes could see. Yoon moved back from this sight, staggering. Everyone was shocked by Seal's death. Ju-young seemed particularly affected.
신랑이 하면서 방법을 찾는 게 아니었어. 한시라도 더 빨리 강제로 들어갔어야 했어.
They looked for ways to bring Seal out of the dressing room but failed. In the end, they tried a forcible entry. I'm
짧은
sorry.
틈에 이런 선택을 할 거라곤.
I'm blocking the text box a little, so I'm gonna move myself back up here. They forcibly entered the dressing room when Seal became silent. They never expected to see an extreme situation in the room.
혹시 억울했던 건 아닐까?
I don't know. This is just me thinking out loud. Like, no idea what's happening, but the fact that... Oh, wait. Is this a new soundtrack? It's creepy. Oh, that's good. That's good music, guys. Oh my god. I'm sorry, back to my train of thought. What I was saying is that I saw the bruise and it went around his entire neck, not just like the front of it, like how it's hanging, because like from the belt, you can obviously see that it wasn't like hard on the back of his neck. And then the signs of struggle in the room and the fact that he was clawing at his neck too. Makes me start to think, because like anyone who's tried is like, I'm obviously gonna try to break my neck to end it quickly. But you know, this is just me thinking aloud. And like, the thing that really makes me think about it is like, the broken tablet. It's like, maybe he would have broken it so the guys wouldn't figure it out, or maybe somebody broke it because there's something inconvenient for them in there too. But who knows, we'll just keep going.
그치만 생각해봐.
In a step forward from the notebook, with the notebook in her hand.
뒷조사 자료에다 여기 구겨진 페이지는 유서나 마찬가지야. 태블릿도 결국 잘못 본 게 아니었어. 다 탄로나기 전에 도망쳐 버렸다고. 아니야? 억울하다면 제대로 해명을 했어야지. 왜 이런 선택을 해? 말을 하랬지. 죽으라고 했냐고.
Inna handed a notebook to Do-yoon and covered her face. Maybe Inha was right. Suspicious clues, the diary with depressive contents, and the decision to leave everything unexplained. How did it go, guys? All fine? All settled? Plug hole, man. Always with great timing. The end. Do-yoon looked towards the watch. Is this the end? Do-yoon wanted to ask himself. Background checks, a suicide note, a diary, then actual suicide? Seal did all that? Thought he would explain himself. Calm down. Did you process everything and accept them? Maybe. I see. I guess it's better to resolve the rest after getting rescued. You asked a pharmacist for prescriptions, a doctor for treatments, rescue team for help, and the police for investigations. What do you think? Seal was probably the culprit and committed suicide after being cornered. Is it all over? Is that what you wanted? He bit his lip after reading the last message.
내가 원하는 건
He came this far while turning a blind eye to it. He closed his eyes, shut his mouth, and put that aside. I want the truth. Let's go! Detective Do-yoon isn't gonna rest! Not yet. This doesn't mean it's over. What a surprise! You're different from what I thought you would be like. This is what I think. If you want to know the truth, then don't turn your face away from the problem. Oh, I mean problem. Hope the typo didn't ruin my cool advice. Oh, plug hole you! There must be clues and facts. But you already have casualties. Steele either took his own life or was murdered. Considering your mental health inside there, you don't have to dig into it. You have an option of sticking together with one another until you safely get out of there. Your goal is survival. That's all you need to focus on. Let's say you've really found out the truth. Can you really deal with it? Plughole, what are you doing to us right now, man?
감당할 수 있겠냐?
감당할 수 있겠어?
Whose voice was that? I've come this far. After all, this is as far as I could come. And I'm going all the way. Time to slow down a little bit. You could get into an accident if you keep accelerating. I'm sorry for saying this, but you should carefully check through his diary, including that suicide note. That kind of writing often contains a hidden clue. Although the writing might be an expressed wish for death, ironically, it might show a strong will to live. Do-yoon recollected the distressing feeling he felt when he read the wrinkled page. What was it? A feeling of resignation or rage? Do-yoon opened Seal's notebook again. He could still sense the complexity of emotion from that last wrinkled page. He flipped through the page. October 1st. There was a live show that day. 2 contestants were eliminated, leaving only the top 5.
실체를 알면 결국 너도 무너져. 너도 그건 무섭겠지? 어디서 온 건지 누가 했는지도 모르는 투수 앞에서 자기가 해온 일들을 되짚어봐. 재밌을 것 같아.
Diary 1. If the identity is revealed, someone will fall. He wrote that he will have to reflect on what he has done until sending an anonymous letter, but this event would be fun. Ryun flipped through more pages. August 30th. The B-Stars preliminaries were nearing their end.
서혜성은 아직도 신 PD 백을 믿고 설치는 중이다. 말과 행동 어떤 것도 우승자의 자질이 아니다. 언제 무슨 소리를 할지 모르는 폭탄이다. PD가 끝까지 내 조언을 무시하면 나도 생각이 있다. 실체를 알릴 거다. 서혜성에겐 중도 탈락만이 어울려.
Ooh, was it Seal that revealed his criminal record? Ooh.
어디가 부러지든 죽어 자빠지든 절대 끝까지 못 간다. 내가 그렇게 만들 거다. 이나 씨는 나만 믿고 가면 된다. 내 방식으로 관리하면 어디까지 가나 해볼 계획이다. 내 존재를 몰라도 괜찮다. 내 눈이 정확하다는 걸, 나도 할 수 있다는 걸 증명하려는 것이다. 신 PD는 이제 옛날의 그 사람이 아니니까 나도 시키는 대로만 할 필요는 있다.
On August 30th, he criticized Hee-sung for using his connection with Soo-young to stay alive. He wrote that he would expose Hee-sung and take care of In-ha to prove himself. Young gulped and read earlier entries. August 13th, the preliminaries were ongoing.
이런 짓거리나 하겠다고 여기 왔나? 신승현, 너는 진짜 너무한다. 말이 다르잖아.
Ooh. On August 13th, he seemed to be furious at Soo-young for some reason. July 27th, the beginning of the B-Stars preliminaries.
베스타 예선을 시작했다. 예선 무대를 보면서 옛날 생각을 많이 했다. 그래도 내 눈이 아직 살아는 있구나 싶다. 내가 찍었던 사람들은 대부분 좋은 평가로 통과했다. 전부는 아니지만 사실 등신같이 하는 애들도 있었는데 어쨌든 볼만한 구석이 있으니까 뽑았겠지. 난 그런 게 없었으니까 떨어졌고 다시 나가볼까 하는 생각은 버린 지 오래다. 그래도 카메라 앞에 서서 자기 포부를 떠드는 모습들을 보니까 나도 가능하면 나처럼 되지 말고 자기 능력껏 잘 나가길 바란다. 딱 봐도 진짜 아닌 명령은 빼고 걔들은 자격이 없다. 일찍들 집에 가겠지.
On July 27th, the day the B-Stars preliminaries started, he wrote about his experience and evaluated the others, commenting that untalented contestants would be eliminated. June 18th, just before B-Stars preliminaries.
자신감이 진짜 많이 떨어졌다. 바닥을 치고 나니까 생각만 많아진다. 베스타 예선이 시작되면 또 정신없이 바쁠 테니까 조금 괜찮아지려나? 근본적인 해결은 안 나겠지만 문제는 나한테 있다. 항상 일에 빵꾸를 내니까 신피디님도 날 인정해주지 않는 거겠지. 이런 상태가 영원히 안 끝날 것 같다는 생각이 머릿속에 박혀있다. 창문 밖으로 그냥 뛰어내려 버리면 항상 생각만 할 뿐이다.
Ooh.
막상 상황이 닥치면 아무것도 못하겠지. 늘 그랬던 것처럼.
It seems before the preliminaries of B-Star started, his message said that his self-esteem was destroyed, so he wanted to commit suicide. The oldest one was from May 22nd of this year.
오늘도 개 같은 날이었다. 아래에선 말 더럽게 안 듣고 위에서는 죽어라고 쪼아댄다. 도대체 나한테 뭘 바라지? PD님이 제일 문제다. 사람 등신 취급하는데 지쳤다. 같이 일한 지 4년도 넘었는데 몇 년을 더 굴러야 인정해주지? 이쯤 되니까 내가 3년 전 일을 아예 그걸 까발리면 자기도 다칠 건데 대우 좀 해줘야 되는 거 아닌가?
Oh? A secret?
처음엔 나한테서 자기를 봤다느니 해놓고 지금 대우는 위에서 사람 취급을 안 하니까 다른 스태프도 날 호구로 본다. 계속 무시하면 가만히 안 있을 거다. 지금 기분을 계속 기억하려고 쓴다.
On May 22nd, he expressed complaints that everyone ignored him. He worked for Soo-young for at least 4 years. He wrote that his exposure of the incident 3 years ago would damage Soo-young. There was a business card in the front page. One was an old business card with Seal's name on it.
스쿠프?
When he took a look at it again, he found that its name and logo belonged to WBSN. It was the former name of the current WBS responsible for producing and broadcasting B-Stars. The business card was old and worn out. Bill's business card that fell out of the notebook. It's for the program Scoop. On the page before that, there was another card from the same program.
이건 PD님 거야.
The program name, department, and logo were identical to Seal's. There was also background check documents. It wasn't bad as what he saw earlier, but it still went far beyond the scope of their initial agreement. The personal information of the top 5 contestants of Beastar Season 4 was found in his notebook. They appear not to have agreed to disclose the information.
도윤아, 너 손이 떨려. 괜찮아.
괜찮긴 뭐가 괜찮아? 상황이 이런데. 아까 자료들 정말로 직접 모은 걸까?
아마도요. 눈에 보이는 사실이니까.
이거 보여주는 게 죽기보다도 싫었단 말이야?
더 심각한 비밀이라면 결국 혜성이 사건뿐인데.
Yoon thought again about what was written in the notebook. The letters and images danced around his head. Did Seal really commit suicide? Could the last diary entry be a suicide note? Was Seal trying to hide the fact that he murdered his son? Find the answer. Do-yoon began to retract the clues again.
베이스타 전부터 생각해보자.
To before Beastars. Sort out notes that were written before Beastars started. That will be Notebook Diary 6 and Notebook Diary 5. It seems before Beastars.
예선 시작하기 전 6월.
Seal could have been an investigator instead and been a detective. He could have been our, like, you know, all the detectives has the shady info guy. He could have been our guy. He wouldn't have had what it takes to be a detective, but shady info guy, now that's something. Information broker, that's the word I wanted to say. Information broker. He blamed his incompetence for failing to earn Soo-young's respect. He was so depressed that he even thought about killing himself.
하지만 결국 닥치면 아무것도 못할 거라고 했어. 언제나처럼. 5월. 베스타 전이었어.
Seal wrote that he had worked for Soo-young for over 4 years. It seemed that he joined the staff right after getting eliminated in Season 2. He always felt that he wasn't getting the attention and respect he deserved. And he mentioned he was willing to expose what happened 3 years ago if things went on like that.
처음엔 좋은 말로 합류했지만 이후로는 쭉 무시당한 건가? 3년 전 일이라는 건 뭐지?
Seal was chosen by Soo-young 4 years ago after he got eliminated from the preliminaries of Beastar Season 2. It was after the video of his miserable failure at the audition went viral. Soo-young seemed to have coaxed Seal by praising how special he was, so he joined the staff. But her attitude seemed to have changed after he joined the crew. If he quit, he'd be no one special. If he continued, his self-confidence would crumble. Within that month, Do-yoon could sense Seal's anger at Soo-young's disrespect and the shameful feeling for his incompetence.
생각할 여유조차 없었겠지.
Ooh. Tired Do-yoon. This man's face, man. Yeah, he really was in between a rock and hard spot, Tasso. Training for the finals was much harsher than for the preliminaries. Then nobody had the peace of mind to care about others or what had happened during the finals. The contestants didn't trust Do-yoon nor care what had happened in the past. the invisible wall set up by Soo-young. Inside that wall, the Yoon overcame his confusion and regained stability. But was it really stability? Complacency, hard training, and a cycle of friends and competitors kept him busy. In reality, he simply ran away from reality he had to face.
생각을 접고 도망치는 것뿐이었어.
Dang, Soo-young manipulating all these people, man. It's like making him too busy to even think about stuff, man. Yoon paused for a moment and slowly shook his head.
집중하자.
He began to focus on the diary again. The commonality in the two diary entries.
열등감이야. 죽음을 생각할 정도의 극심한 열등감.
Seal wrote about his feelings of inferiority and self-contempt deep in his heart. He even mentioned death, complaining about the gap between his desired job and reality. Another passage grabs his attention.
3년 전 일을 꺼내면 PD님도 다친다는 얘기.
The part where Seal said he might not keep his mouth shut forever and gave a clue that something fishy had happened. The clues from the notebook, which occurred around that time, were Seal's business card,
세일의 예전 프로그램 명함.
Soo-young and Seal worked together for over 4 years. The WSBN logo indicated the business card was issued more than 2 years ago. He recalled the name of the program of the business card, Scoop. Yoon had seen the name of the program in an article about the new seasons of Beastars.
PD님을 지금의 위치에 올려준 프로그램이라고 했어.
He had never actually watched the program because that's when he was concentrating on the band. He was not even sure the secret mentioned by Seal was really related to the program.
딴 사람한테 물어보면 알지도 몰라. 언제쯤 건지, 무슨 내용이었는지.
Yoon made a mental note of the name Scoop. Moved on to the entry written before the preliminaries. Around June, Seal wrote about having suicidal thoughts.
몇 달이나 지난 얘기야. 베스타 예선 중에는 어땠었지?
During the preliminaries was 4, 3, and 2.
예선 막바지 8월 말.
There's a line about how Soo-young had saved Hee-sung from an elimination, and Seal swore that he would eliminate Hee-sung, whom he felt was unqualified from the audition. Seal also said he wanted to show that he's got by backing up Inha behind the curtain.
혜성이랑 이나가 제대로 붙었던 팀 미션 때 일이야. 8월 중순. 분명히 예선 도중이었지.
Yoon could sense the feeling of betrayal and rage from this short passage.
짓거리 너무한다. 말이 다르다. 납득하기 힘든 일을 강요했던 건가? 7월 말 예선이 막 시작한 때야.
Seal recollected his memory as a competitor as he watched the other contestants' performance in the preliminaries. He complimented his discerning eye while criticizing some of the contestants.
무대에 다시 설 의지는 없다고 썼어. 그렇지만 체념보다는 미련이 느껴져. 예선이 흘러가는 동안 자포자기한 느낌 같은 건 없어.
He felt contempt towards Hee-sung by advancing to the finals by pulling strings. He felt betrayed by Soo-young for a complete change in attitude. He was determined to prove his own power to her by influencing the auditions.
8월은 무슨 일로 그렇게 분노했던 거지?
Seal was infuriated with Soo-young and expressed his feeling of betrayal. He used the words "this crap" and said Seung had treated him like a slave. What Seal wrote during the Beastars preliminary indicated no feelings of despair. However, he was infuriated with Seung about something in August.
이때부터 나름의 행동에 들어간 것 같은데 이런 짓거리라고 부를 만한 게 뭐였을까?
By this crap is probably info on the contestants.
출연자들의 신상 정보 조사를 맡긴 업체하고는 좋지 않게 계약이 깨졌다고 했었지.
Various materials, records, and photos of the top 5. Did Seung have forced Seal to check the contestants' backgrounds in the mid-August? Elaborate. Seal had carried out background checks on the Beastar contestants. After Seung terminated contracts with some background check agency, she ordered him to continue the task.
세일이는 열등감 속에서도 어떻게든 자존감을 유지하려고 했어. 그렇지만 맡겨진 일은 출연자의 뒷조사.
She exploited Seal as if he was her marionette for a long time. She even used him to find out the past of the contestants for Beastars. Seung constantly bugged and controlled Seal. Maybe she had been trying to do the same thing to Do-yoon. He had confronted him by saying that it was all part of the show, and that his reputation as a betrayer would disappear by the end. Oh my god, Soo-young! Why are you terrible? Oh my god. These poor babies! She's just terrible. These poor babies, oh my god. She never hesitated in making promises. And how did he respond to her? What was his mindset like? What did he feel when he saw her body at the collapsed stage?
난 분명히
Ambivalence. Shock, fear, anxiety, and ambivalent. Thought about Soo-young. She was supposed to help him clear his name, but now that she was gone, when he saw her body, a wave of mixed emotion washed over him. Do-yoon shook the distracting thoughts out of his head. He decided to focus on Seal's diary again.
PD님은 세일이에게 출연자의 뒷조사를 지시했어.
This was something annoying enough to explode Seal's long-suppressed anger. In the previous entries, Seal was showing a lack of confidence and disappointment at Soo-young's mistreatment. But as of this entry, there were no more signs of such disappointment. Of course, that was just Do-yoon's assumption. The anger led Seal support In-ha from behind the scene on his own, and to blackmail that had been sent to Soo-young in early October.
나름대로 어떤 그림을 그리고 있었던 거야. 직접 그릴 수 있는 방법은 이제 없어져 버렸지만.
Taking into consideration Seal's previous remarks about his management of In-ha or taking his own measures, he must have been up to something. The last page indicated that nothing could comfort him anymore. It is implied that nothing would change and that he would give up and continue with his wrongdoings.
나름대로 움직여봤지만 허무하기만 했다.
It was obvious that he felt underestimated. His self-esteem was constantly going up and down. The rest of his notebook were filled with dire entries showing his sense of inferiority and shame.
그럼 정말로 자살일까?
The question brought him back to square one. Were these bad enough to induce Seal's suicide? What if it wasn't suicide? This question kept ringing inside his head.
마음에 걸린 곳이 있어. 그건
The surroundings. The
거의
intact.
흐트러지지 않은 주변 상황이야. 목을 맨 상태라면 무의식적으로라도 몸부림을 치지 않았을까? 발받침 같은 것도 안 보여.
How's it going? Not so good, I guess. Took a look. It was plug hole.
당신도 말 좀 해봐.
It's hard to make a guess from my side. Even if he hung himself, he would struggle to get out the rope instinctively. Any other ligature marks around his neck? Particularly on the front side of his neck. Those are the proof of his struggle. Buckle didn't seem to agree. You okay? Anyway, your survival is my top priority. Good old Plughole looking out for us. His best friend Do-yoon, definitely. No nefarious plots whatsoever. Why? Why not? You don't want to survive? Knowing the truth is important. But safety comes first.
안전.
Is it dangerous to know the truth? Suicide or not, if it is, the reason he killed himself. There's no decisive evidence to any of those. And what if he didn't take his own life? Then what? What happened twice already can happen once more.
걱정하는 건가?
I see. Thank you. Do-yoon dropped his hand and turned around to face the rest of the group.
소리 들려? 점점 커지는데?
Oop, that's not a good sound in a collapsing building, is it?
여긴 위험해. 그래, 일단 복도로 나가자.
Better pulled Do-yoon out of the dressing room. In-ha patted him on the back after arriving at the corridor.
이 판국에 워치 보고 있어?
좀 확인해 볼 게 있었어.
안팎으로 좋은 소식이라고는 없는데. 범인 찾았잖아. 아무래도
Did we, In-ha? I'm not sure.
모르겠어. 이걸로 되는 건지. 아닌데 절해버렸다고? 그건 그렇지만 지은 죄가 있으니 저런 끝을 낸 거야. 그렇게밖에는 생각할 수가 없잖아.
Ji-young's eye dropped to the floor. Yu-hyuk stepped forward trying to calm people down.
조금 있으면 구조대가 온다던 시간이에요.
일단 그것만 생각하자. 죄 짓고 죄값 치르는 건 당연한 거라고.
Ooh, In-ha's savage, she is throwing it. In-ha was firm, but her face was somber.
저기
I am the attacker! It's time to change the mood. No, let's talk a bit more. Let's talk a bit more.
조금만 더 이야기해 보고 싶어.
I am a little curious what I would have happened if it's like, I am the attacker!
어떤 거에 대해서?
분장실에서 본 상황.
걸리는 게 있었어?
이거다고 짚을 만한 건
The-yoon saved his words. Although it's unlikely, it was still a possibility. Seal could have been murdered, and the real murderer could be one of us. He really didn't want to think that way, but the more he thought about it, the stronger his doubts grew. That's why he saved his words. He had to talk to them, at least. That's all he could think about. If nothing came to mind after talking with them, if everything had happened was simply as it appeared, it wouldn't be too late to get rid of his concerns.
알겠어. 그렇다면 두 사람은요?
Oh my god, Tasso, stop. No.
나도 지금 어지러울 정도야. 머릿수에서 졌네. 그래, 뭐.
길게 얘기할 상황은 아니야.
알고 있어.
You can't be you can't side-eye Gyuhyuk. Gyuhyuk is our Homodachi. He is too perfect, but he's our Homodachi, okay? We're Homodachis for life. Let's save real quick. Make a new save file. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. I can see how people think it. But like, yeah. Let's call someone. Just because I said it, we're gonna call our Homodachi for life, man. I don't know.
실감이 안 나.
혼란스러울 거야. 나도 그래.
이렇게 끝이라고? 세일이가 혜성이를 해치고
너무 멀리 가버린 거야. 되돌리기엔 늦은 데까지.
모르겠어. 난 아직도 뭔가 쎄해.
감당하기 벅찬 일이야.
그래. 힘들어. 지금까지 터진 일 전부.
도윤아, 곧 구조대가 올 거야. 그럼 정말로 다 끝나. 그렇게 생각해버려. 마지막까지 정신 똑바로 차려야 돼.
마지막.
그래, 마지막.
Get our sanity. Like, I don't want to say it, but like, if it turns out Gyuhyuk was doing something shady, it's gonna break my heart. Like, for real, it will break my heart. I've already had my heart broken earlier this week, man. Till the end, yes, till the end. Like, I've already had my heart broken earlier because I watched the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross finale. But like, yeah, it would break my heart if Gyuhyuk did something nefarious there. I know we're having a serious conversation, and also we're on a time limit, but let's check our social media, right? Got anything new? Anything new for social media? Nah, our social media is good. Okay, let's just keep talking then. Let's start with it. Okay.
그건
The jacket that belt was pulled out from. It was mine. Speaking of, like, Nomura stuff, like Kingdom Hearts, like, all the belts that Do-yoon wears on his outfits, man. Punk rock, right? All the belts, chains, zippers, all of it. He used that too. Gyuhyuk quietly sank his head.
솔직히
If you look around, it sticks out immediately. The jacket was always hanging over there. Teal hanged himself with the jacket belt. It was impulsively done because he used clothing that was always hanging there. Not sure if he did it of his own will. That's what I'm saying. Even if it might be wrong, that's what I'm gonna say.
그런가?
Didn't he run away to survive? Why? Gyuhyuk quietly bit his lip.
아무래도
The door was about to burst open.
그럴 거야.
He looked around and found the belt from the jacket that was always hanging by the wall. The other end was attached to the metal hook on the shelf. Gyuhyuk, Ooh, that was the right thing?
혹시
Stop it if you're gonna blame yourself. Your clothing was always hanging there. I mean, you can't blame yourself. It's not like it's even your clothes. It's the outfit the designers picked. If anything, it would be the designer, which I have a sneaking suspicion that might be Nomura. So it's like, Nomura killed Seal, that's confirmed.
아니야.
It wasn't meant for him to use. Right now, you need to focus on the remaining people. Impulsive act. Since the leather jacket was hanging in the dressing room, anyone could have easily found it. The same goes for the belt. Ooh, rapport event, let's go.
형, 괜찮아?
넌 어때? 많이 놀랐을 텐데.
Happy Pride Month, guys, by the way. Oh my god. Literally, they're like, are you okay? Are you shaken? Like, so much. Oh my god. I'm sorry, let's keep going.
사실 혼란스러워.
조금만 참아. 마음을 가라앉히고.
Just hang in there. Okay.
알겠어. 형도.
네가 괜찮아야 나도 괜찮아져.
Yuck moved closer and patted Do-yoon on his shoulder. Stop it!
내 얘길 이만큼 한 사람 너뿐이야.
Yuck raised his tilted head.
참 이상하지? 여태 안 했던 얘긴데.
이런 때라 할 수 있는 얘기였을지도 몰라.
Yuck shook his head and then looked at Do-yoon again.
너여서 할 수 있었어. 무너질 때 구해주지 않았다면
I was able to open up because, like, out of context, this whole conversation could be a literal coming out to each other's storyline. Like, out of context, for real. I'm just like, oh my god.
아무 말도 아무것도 못한 채로 끝났을 거야.
Yuck paused momentarily. His wandering eyes were fixed on Do-yoon again.
혼자 남았을 때 목소리가 말을 걸었어. 어딘가 날 끌고 들어가려는 소리.
I don't know. I'm trying. I'm gonna try to get that cute ending for you, but who knows?
엮이는 모두를 불행에 몰아넣고 혼자 남을 거라는. 그때 가장 간절한 건 사람이었어. 형제를 바란 건지도 몰라. 둘이었음 헤매는 시간이 더 짧지 않았을까?
혼자 보내는 시간도 쓸모없는 건 아니야.
그치만 길고 힘들었으니까. 난 그렇게 심지가 고된 사람이 못 되거든.
그런 사람이 서바이벌 오디션에서 여기까지 와? 난 그대로도 괜찮다고 생각해.
Yuck squinted under the blurred lights.
너도야. 주변 얘긴 신경 끄고 자길 믿어. 이상하네. 이런 말 전엔 못했던 건데.
Yuck raised his head again.
도윤아, 무슨 일이 있어도 널 밖으로 보낼 거야.
남 보내고 말고 할 때는 아니지. 다 나가야지.
Yuck's like, oh, you met those other two too? Is like, sure, whatever, those girls can come too, I guess. But like you have to come with me, no matter what.
그래.
The side eye he puts on is like, yeah, I guess I'll save them too. Oh my god, Yuck. The side eye is killing me.
우린 곧 여기서 나갈 거야.
Resolve. His life had had bittersweet, and he longed for his love from his family. Do-yoon had saved his life, so he was determined to get him out of here safely.
뭐랄까.
You read it, right? He was angry, disappointed, and had expectations.
결국
But in the end, he gave himself up in despair. Yoon thought about the page of the notebook. That he'll be swayed by the empty dreams and continue to commit sins. But still, you shouldn't run away. His choice of suicide? I deny that possibility. Sure, let's go with that. I have no idea.
그래도
Throwing away his own life like this. Ooh, we getting all the
Chanh.
ups. There were several chances to turn things around. Yuck slowly nodded. And each time he failed to be honest.
그럴까?
What Seal wrote in his notebook probably reflects his true thoughts.
도윤아,
So Yoon, don't go too deep.
어쩌면
That diary entry was his suicide note. Yuhyuk slowly opened his eyes. Don't sink into the swamp of despair before your eyes. Can we stop talking about despair? Cause like, oh my god, a certain black and white bear is just gonna pop out of nowhere and just be like, ooh poo poo poo, and stuff like that, man. Take some sip of this tall drink of water. Seal wrote down his feelings of despair, depression, and desperation on the last page of his diary entry. It somewhat read like a will. He is. That's why he's our Homodachi. Spy shots.
그게
He must have had a reason for carrying that photo. A secretly taken photo of Soo-young and Hee-sung. Yuhyuk slowly continued while looking at Do-yoon, who remained quiet.
아무래도
I think the two of them had a relationship beyond what we know. You don't say, Yuhyuk. You don't say.
솔직히
I also saw them meeting each other in private. Yes, seen the producer Hee-sung meet in private. At the time, they weren't just the producer and the contestants. Do-yoon caught his breath. You saw them together? Oh my god, drop the deets, man. Did Seal investigate that much?
그런
Seal investigate that much as well?
그렇다는 건
Since Soo-young was involved, I guess Seal did it on his own.
맞아.
He was probably thinking of exposing it when he couldn't bear her anymore.
결국
Knifing both Hee-sung and Soo-young with one lethal shot.
그땐
The date of the photo is September 15th,
그건
near the end of the preliminaries. Now those two in the photos and the one who took it are all gone. Soo-young and Hee-sung's relationship seemed to be more than just business. Ooh, spicy. She had also apparently approached Yuhyuk in the past. Oh no, she didn't! Oh my god! She did? Spice, this got spicier. It was like spice level 6 before, now it's 10. Ooh. Soo-young was on the hunt, man. She was on the hunt. Fourth century.
도윤아,
Do-yoon, you look really upset. Makes me think I should have moved quickly before Seal decided to take his own life.
몰랐어.
Nobody thought this was gonna happen.
어쩌면
Even Seal probably had no idea about this outcome. Couldn't we be more persuasive? Responsible for leading to this situation.
혹시 그러면
Then we might have been able to somehow stop him from. Ooh, okay.
도윤아,
Do-yoon. Seal refused to talk until the end.
그래도
What?
나도야.
I'm the one who was helpless while standing in front of the door. I sent you and Ju Young to the stage for the Master King, and I just waited there even after Inha went to the rear door. In the end, the only thing we could do was take a risk and lunge at the door. Hyuk stared at Do-yoon with a grim look on his face.
그렇다면
I'm the one who failed to persuade him.
아니었어.
Hyuk, that's not what I wanted to hear from you. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Take your time organizing your thoughts, but don't blame yourself. After confronting Seal, Do-yoon and Ju Young went to the stage to find the Master Key. In the meantime, Inha and Ki-hyuk kept an eye on the front and back doors. Okay. Let's go to Inha. I've seen it too. It was... There were wounds on his hands.
그거는
The kind of wounds that are made unconsciously. Ina massaged her eyes with both hands. There was a brief silence between the two. When a person hangs himself, their body still feels pain,
말하자면
and they will instinctively struggle to cut or tear the rope in order to survive. Although they wanted to kill themselves, their body would still resist. Quite unusual. Ask how she came to know so much about it. Or ask about any other sign. I don't know. It's like... This one is just unapologetically waving red right there. It's like, here's the bad choice. It's like, maybe she just played a lot of detective games like I did and made the same conclusion I knew. Ask about any other signs. Maybe she's just a mystery game enthusiast otaku. Maybe.
혹시
Are there no other signs? Tell me if you have any more information.
아니야.
That's all I know, and I can tell you two things. Inha raised her hand and stared at Do-yoon. Do you think it might not be a suicide because of the wounds on his hands? You're probably wrong. No matter how close you look, it's obvious he took his own life. Fingernail wounds. Even if he hanged himself, he might have involuntarily struggled to get out of the belt, resulting on wounds on his fingernails and on the neck. Read the posts about me. He said something about me too. Did you see it? He said I just needed to do as he said. I never asked him to make me popular. Ina sagged her shoulders. To be honest, I don't know what to say. He just wanted to satisfy himself.
그건
He intervened only for his own self-satisfaction. Make me popular, support me? That's ridiculous.
그게
To be honest, I was curious what you were gonna say. Ooh, up, let's go.
그래.
I agree with you. He tried to control all my actions and follow me around without a word.
아니거든.
He said he did those things for me, but I can't acknowledge it. Ina closed her mouth and fell silent for a moment. It all boils down to his defiance towards Si-young. He tried to use me as his pawn. Was he going to claim that he attacked Hee-sung for me?
아니야.
But I never asked him to invite me into his little power game. The truth, it was just his self-satisfaction. Counterattack. Seal's diary said he would help Inha become famous. He seemed to view it as an act of defiance towards Si-young. The poor event, let's go.
한도윤, 내가 잘못한 거야?
난 그런 걸 판단할 자격이 없어.
적어도 해명을 듣길 바랐는데 영원히 달아나 버리는 게 아니라
이런 선택은
Inha lowered her head.
나 하나도 바뀐 게 없는 건가?
많은 걸 바꿨잖아.
거치야 바꿨지. 사람들 앞에도 나서 봤어. 쇼에서 제안하는 모습을 다 받아들였고, 다른 옷 입고, 다른 말하고, 다른 행동을 했는데, 말뚝의 메인 채로 한 바퀴 돌아온 기분이야. 뭔가 바뀐 것처럼 자기를 속이고 있었지만, 결국 유피룽한테서 빠져나올 수 없었던 거야. 그 오랜 시간이 지났는데.
난 피룽이라는 사람 몰라. 오이나밖에 몰라. 전 사람은 모르는 사람이야.
바뀌길 바라면서도 이건 내가 아니라고 생각해. 그럼 진짜 바라던 건 뭐였을까?
한 번에 알 수는 없는 거잖아. 자기 발로 계속 찾아갈 수밖에. 이러는 나도 너랑 다를 거 하나 없어.
Inha let out a deep sigh.
남이 바꿔줄 수는 없었어. 누가 날 바꿔주고 말고 하는 게 아니었는데. 대신 살아주는 것도 아니었고, 대신 책임져주는 것도 아니야. 그냥 여기만 아니면 된다면서 도망친 거였나 봐. 이제 와서 여기에서야 이런 생각을 하다니.
곧 나갈 거야. 찾을 수 있겠지. 진실도 갈 길도.
알 수 있는 게 모른다는 것뿐이라니. 이렇게나 오래 힘들게 찾아야 했던 거구나. 수많은 일들 사이에서.
Mina shook her head and whispered to herself. Resolved, she wanted a clean break from her past and to start over anew. Pressure from others made it impossible. She finally realized that true change comes from within. It's because Do Yoon's the protagonist. He has all the MC powers to just lift people up, man. Seal and the tablet.
말하자면
Well, time to switch gears back to the investigation, that's right. The tablet was completely broken.
그랬었지.
The screen had cracks and the battery was swollen and wouldn't even turn on.
어쨌든
He broke it after he ran into the dressing room.
그게 아니면
If not, there's no other reason. Oh, trust me, if he was a Persona MC, all of these characters would be dating us by now, man. There was no reason for him to hide his things, and there was no reason for him to run away after spilling his bag.
그렇다면
So the only conclusion we can reach is that he broke it on purpose. If he destroys his suspicion would grow even more. It would have been better if he just showed it to us. I guess so, he wanted to hide something. It would have been better if he showed it to us, that's the truth.
아무래도
Our suspicion only grew because he broke the tablet.
당연하지.
He dug his own grave. Suppose he managed not to show us the tablet, but he had to submit to the police after we got out of here.
그래.
He can avoid it now, but he can't avoid it forever. Inha's blue eyes turned dark. I'm almost sad. He could have just shown it to us after deleting what he wanted to hide. What he did was pointless. Inha claimed the broken but still powered-on tablet was intentionally damaged after Seal hid in the dressing room. Close call.
그게
I called out to him when the tremor died out, but there was no answer. When we forced ourselves in, it was already over. There wasn't much time. Inha nodded weakly and continued.
그래.
That's why I feel like my head's about to burst. I was one step behind. It already happened. Feel responsible for that because I stopped everyone. I don't think she'd like it if we took responsibility for it, She'd be like, stop. It's not what happened. We're getting it in every other way. Man. The Yoon psychology counselor? That's his side job. He'll be a therapist on the side, but his main job is detective, okay? That's his main job always. And then I guess also a rock star. He's the triple threat. Psychologist, detective, and rock star. This really is like playing Russian roulette, man. It already happened. Let's go with that.
결국
It was too late. No matter how many times we go over it, only regret awaits us. Ugh!
야,
Tell me something I don't know, you fool! Fool, you fool!
아니야.
I don't want to talk about regrets. We didn't have enough time.
그러면
You and Ju-young came back to the corridor to talk to Seal, right?
맞아.
Yes, he wouldn't budge. That's when the tremor came and he came out to the corridor. When we called him again, there was no answer, and we forced ourselves in. By the wall of the dark dressing room. That's where we found him. It happened only a few minutes before.
그래.
Yes, it was just a few minutes. That's when it happened. They briefly had a scuffle with Seal when Do-yoon and Ji-yoon got back. When things calmed down, they tried to force their way in. They found his body in the dark dressing room.
그러니까
WBSN was the name of the broadcasting company. It's WBS now, so it's been a few years. Inha suddenly stared at Ji-yoon while mumbling to herself.
Oh?
According to Seal's diary, how long has it been working for Si-young? About 4 years, that's fact. I think it was about 4 years.
그래.
Yes, 4 years.
그게
WBSN changed its name to WBS around 3 years ago. Inha tilted her head.
정리하면
Beastar Season 2, where he was eliminated in the preliminaries, was held 4 years ago.
그럼
So he joined the staff immediately after getting eliminated.
그러니까
I guess that's how he got this business card. He's been in the show business for some time now. I can't believe he's still doing background checks. Rendezvous time. WBSN printed on Seal's business card had been renamed WBS 3 years ago. Looks like Seal joined the company about 4 years ago, right after his elimination from Beastar Season 2. I want to see your reaction to this. Let's see.
Oh?
What's this photo?
뭔데?
It's a photo of Si-young and Hee-sung. Was this also part of the investigation? Inha tiredly stared at the photo.
그게
Feels weird to look at them through the photo again. I don't really like them, but
아니야.
I didn't want to part with them like this.
맞아.
You are right. That's why I'm feeling uncomfortable. You should stop looking at this. You young. Give me my sanity back, Ju-young. Let's go. Didn't see what was in it.
아무래도
We couldn't check his tablet.
그래요.
It didn't even turn on.
분명히
I saw the swollen battery.
어?
Swollen?
생각해봐.
Yes, the device was swollen and the screen was broken. The device is swollen, you consider it as totally broken. When was it broken exactly? The battery is swollen, so just breaking it wouldn't actually make the thing go like that.
그럼
When do you think the tablet was broken?
그게
Devices don't swell up like that all at once. It must have been a while ago.
아마
At least a few days.
그러면
So it's very likely that he used the device while in here.
어
You're right, unless an expert repairs it. Young put her hands on her sweaty forehead.
그러면
So why was he carrying it?
이거면
Why did he try to hide it? And why did he run away from some things were revealed?
모르겠어.
We'll never know why. What I know is the device was broken a long time ago. Ooh, contradictions coming up because it has like, he definitely broke it to save himself, but like, nah, it broke a while ago. Contradictions coming up.
그러고 보니
He also had Soo Young's old business card.
그런가요?
The same TV program which Seal had worked on. She was a producer even back then.
도윤아,
Does the name of the TV program ring a bell?
글쎄요.
Scoop and Tur Behind? I think I saw a news article about it, but I don't know much about it. Ji-young briefly stared at the logo on the business card.
그건
That's the TV program that made Soo-young famous. It was a celebrity gossip show.
어?
A gossip show?
그렇지.
She was notorious for persistent and aggressive coverage. They chose proactive items and achieved great success. That's around when Ju-young became beloved. Asked about beloved, or the tradition of background checks started from here, I guess. I don't know which one's the giant red flag, guys. Sometimes it's very hard to tell because of the localization, but then sometimes they're just like, here's a giant red flag, don't pick this one.
그렇다는 건
I guess the background check tradition began at that point. Even after joining B-Star, she maintained her style.
분명해.
Maybe for Soo-young, it was guaranteed formula for success. And we were the variables. Ju-young shook her head bitterly.
일단은
Another producer is still running the program. But it's not as popular as when Soo-young used to be the producer though. Do you think they'll talk about us on the news? Scoop was a celebrity news show produced by Soo-young 4 years ago. Her aggressive coverage brought her huge success and made her a star. Seal joined her around this time. Let's go! I was wondering when we were getting this.
이게 진실인 걸까? 이런 마지막은 절대 바라지 않았어.
Ji-young touched her forehead with her hands to her long hair.
세일이 도망쳐버린 걸지도 몰라요. 자신이 한 일을 마주보지 못하고서.
어쩌면 그럴지도. 누구나 마주하기 무서운 게 있으니까.
Ji-young raised her head again.
난 마주보기 시작해야겠어. 점점 더 그렇게 생각하게 됐어. 이제 도망 안 가. 날 팔아넘기려고 했던 사람, 다시 모욕한 사람, 누구한테서도 입 다문 채 죽기보단 정면으로 붙어보겠어.
Ji-young shook her head and straightened herself.
멤버들한테도 그때 일을 솔직히 이야기할 거야. 외롭고 힘들었었다고.
You do that!
미안했다고.
Go do that! Be brave! Do it, Ju-young! Do it! Yes, we do! We do stand the queen here! A dim light cast a shadow on the side of Ju-young's face. Ju-young took a step forward.
이상해? 갑자기 이런 말 하니까?
난 대단하다고 생각해요.
She is! She is! You did something I failed to do, Ju-young said to himself.
더 난타당하게 될지도 모르겠어.
어쩌면요.
그치만 이제 방패 대신 창을 잡아볼래.
방패가 창으로 변하고 있다고 했었죠?
맞아. 이제 두 손에 쏙 들어오네. 창.
Ju-young confirm Lancer class and fate. Summon her for the Holy Grail War. Lancer class, let's go.
내가 싸우는 거 지켜봐줬으면 좋겠어. 다음 라운드에선 절대 안 질 테니까.
Oh my god. She's just shooting me straight in the heart, guys. It's like, oh my god. Resolve. Ju-young made the best of a desperate situation. She had protected her honor but suffered for it. She vowed to overcome it once she got out of this mess.
모르겠어.
Why even bother to obtain our consent? They were going to keep just digging.
그래요.
Actually, their privacy policy didn't mean anything. The contract only contained a clause to obtain our consent.
분명해.
It's literally unfair. Ju-young stared at the far corner of the corridor, a bitter look on her face. You think it's the same for the staff who did background checks? A possibility of being forced to do background checks.
아무래도
Maybe he was forced to conduct background checks. Seal's diary proves it.
맞아.
You're right. You saw how scared and desperate he was. B-Stars terminated its contracts with background check agencies. It's clear they continue to do background checks internally. The feelings of embarrassment and anger from Seal's diary? He didn't conduct the background checks voluntarily.
그래.
Felt a sense of shame when trying to justify his actions by saying that he was only following orders.
결국
His depression continued. Then triggered the collapse here, ended his life. After terminating contracts with the background check agency, Su-young forced her staff, including Seal, to complete the background checks. Before we go, I want to see your reaction to the spy shots. What do you gotta say about this?
그건
The photo with the date on it. Those in the photo and the ones who took it are all gone now.
도대체
You believe that everything happened in just a few hours? I know, it feels like this thing happened like weeks ago, and it's been like, what, like 20 hour plus or something already? Yoon closed her eyes and fell silent.
난
What's going on in the scene, and why the photo was taken don't matter now. Was it also a part of the background check?
그럼
That means Seal tailed Su-young too.
그러니까
That's what I'm saying. I'm getting scared of digging for the truth now. Do a quick save. Leave and move on. Let's go. Report unchanged. Let's go. His head was about to burst. I'm a bit worried. Transfer keeps failing.
플러그홀.
A dry voice emerged from his parched lips. I don't know how far you want to dig into. To be honest, from here, I don't know what's happening in there. I'm probably gonna hit the warning suit. I figure, it's fine. Don't look at only people's reaction, but also all the clues and review the whole thing together. I'm not sure this message will reach you. Just hang in there.
그래서 결론까지도.
Feeling someone's gaze, Do-yoon turned around while mumbling to himself.
이젠 다 끝난 거 맞지? 세일이 서해선 그렇게 하고 궁지에 몰려서 저런 걸로 달리 생각할 여지 이젠 없어.
As she finished talking, she quietly bit her lip.
이젠 어쩔 수 없다고 생각해.
그대로 받아들이긴 힘든 얘기지만
So-young about to go with like an objection or no, that's wrong right about now, man. So-young is about to throw that out. Ju-young's face was pale. Ji-hyuk stepped in to help her. So-young was now the only one whining and who couldn't accept the reality. No! Did Seal kill Hee-sung? No, it isn't. Did Seal take his own life?
아직 끝나지 않았다고 생각해. 세일이가 정말 혜성이를 해쳤을까?
도윤아, 지금 예능해? 이게 무슨 추리 쇼인 줄 알아?
No, no. We ain't playing. We a real detective now.
도윤아, 넌 할 만큼 했어. 눈앞의 사실을 뒤집고 말고는 우리가 할 일이 아니야.
Ji-young panted heavily.
누나, 괜찮아요?
괜찮아. 나는
Nobody likes it when you speak out the truth, man. It hurts, but yeah, it happens.
어떤 게 그렇게 마음에 걸리는데?
혜성이 사건 때 세일이가 중앙 복도 쪽에 있었던 건 사실이야. 그치만 혜성이가 어딜 갈지 미리 알았다거나 화장실로 유인했다는 증거는 없었어.
태블릿이 나왔잖아. 그걸로 서혜성을 불렀던 거 아니야? 태블릿 떨구고 바로 도망간 것만 봐도 답은 나오잖아.
No, that's wrong.
분장실에서 본 태블릿은 오래전에 망가진 상태였어. 배터리가 부풀어 올라서 전원도 못 켰다고. 그걸로 어디 연락하는 건 불가능해.
우리 여기 몇 시간이나 넘게 있었어. 서혜성 사건 다음에 바로 망가뜨렸어도 벌써 한참 전이라고. 잠깐, 배터리가 부풀어 오르는 건 몇 시간 정도로 안 돼. 정말? 확실한 거야? 확실해. 그 태블릿은 고장난 지 오래된 거였어.
Man, we in a class trial now or something, guys. Inha just stood there and stared at the dressing room door.
동기도 있잖아. 수첩의 그 일기 내용. 주긴이 살린이 써놓은 거 다들 봤잖아.
살인을 저지를 정도였을까?
건들면 안 되는 부분을 건드렸다든지. 자기 비하나 욕도 있잖아. 서혜성이 평소처럼 하다가 실수한 거지. 아니, 내가 왜 일일이 대꾸하고 있지?
대체 뭘 봤길래 그렇게 말하는 건데? 넌 일기에서 살이 말고 딴 느낌을 받은 거야?
His sense of inferiority. Emotion felt from reading Seal's notes, and the reason of it for it were being forced in.
강요당한 일에 대한 불만이야. 출연자 뒷조사였겠지. 업체랑 계약 터지고선 세일이 같은 스텝을 시킨 거야. 일기에서 본 슬픔도 분노도 거기 관련되어 있어. 열등감이야. 죽음을 직접 언급한 것도 결국 그것 때문이었어.
내 얘기도 그거야. 그런 감정이 결국 서혜성을 습격하게 한 거라고.
글쎄, 그럴지도.
봐, 제대로 설명이 안. 나도 일기가 그치만 막연히
추측하는 방법뿐이에요.
직접 듣는 것.
But Yoon couldn't find any words to count Inha, who was now shaking her head.
우리가 할 수 있는 건 여기까지란 거야.
Oh, did I mess up? Oh no.
가능한 건 다 해봤으니까.
Inha nodded and stood before
이제
Yoon.
그만하자. 다들 프로파일러도 아니잖아. 백날 생각해도 답은 안 나와.
도윤아, 이제 무대로 돌아가자.
Did I mess up? I did? Oh no! Is normal end? Yeah, you can't get anything wrong? That's savage! Yo! I don't know. Highly recommend seeing True Ending first? Ugh. Okay. Okay, I guess we have to restart it. Give me a second, guys. I'll switch it over to this here. And let me close this out. So the time machine has taken us back in time to this. No, it's okay, Super Han. Yeah, it's just like I really do want to get everything myself. But at the same time, it's like, now that I know that it's like, no, you can't get anything wrong, or else it'll take you off the path. But like Tasso said, I will literally ask you guys for it if I want the answer. Especially now that I know that I have to get everything right. But yeah. That's savage! At least in like Danganronpa or like Ace Attorney, that's what that whole health bar is for. So if I get something wrong, it can be... I can at least keep trying. Yeah, it's strict, yeah. But yeah. So I won't lose a lot of progress. I have checkpoints. That's good to know, thank you. Because it didn't take me that long to reach this point again, after fast forwarding it. But yeah, like I said, like Tasso says, I will literally ask you guys in chat if I want the answer. But yeah. So it's gonna be... Watch out for the autosave function. Definitely gonna keep my eye out for it now. Wrath and Force... Yeah, that was it.
불만이야. 사리 같은 게 아니라 화가 난 것뿐이었다고. 재능이 없어 보이는 출연자, 백을 쓰는 것 같은 혜성이, PD님한테 강요당한 일, 그런 것들로 감정이 널뛰고 있었어. 강요당한 일에 대한 불만이야. 출연자 뒷조사였겠지. 업체랑 계약 터지고선 세일이 같은 스텝을 시킨 거야. 일기에서 본 슬픔도 분노도 거기 관련되어 있어.
그렇다면
무시당하고 불법적인 일에 동원돼서 화가 난 거야. 자기 나름대로 반격하겠다는 식으로도 썼잖아. 그걸 살이라고까지 해석하는 건 무리 같아.
그만한 동기로 보기는 어렵다.
Overinterpretation. In the diary, he expresses anger and defiance against Young, and constant feeling of despair, but they don't seem to add up to murders or suicidal intent.
그건 일기만 봐선 그럴 수도 있겠네.
순간적으로 감정이 격해졌을 가능성은 없을까?
난 절대 불가능하단 게 아니야. 그치만 일기에 한정하면 너무 멀리 간 해석처럼 보여.
The group briefly fell silent.
그럼 이제 어떻게 해야 돼?
It has slowly opened her mouth.
동기가 없다. 자살이 아닌 것 같다. 이런 얘기들이 나오는데 그럼 대체 어떻게 죽었다는 거야?
어떻게라면...
분장실에 들어가기 전에 우리 넷은 문 앞에 있었어. 세일이가 가라고 한 뒤에 강제로 들어갔고 자살 말고는 해석할 방법이 없어.
맞아. 내 말도 그거야.
Or is there another party out there?
모든 의혹이 부질없다는 거야?
솔직히 그런 것 같아.
Yoon asked himself over and over. Hugo advised him to review not only the clues but also the conclusion. But what is he supposed to do? He wanted to stop grilling everybody, including himself. Yoon let out a ruffled sigh. They were right. He had done his best. He had no more strength to cling on to it. Seal despised Hee-sung. Seal murdered Hee-sung. He had tried to find an unusual way to survive the audition. Seal locked himself in the dressing room when his crimes and past were about to be exposed. At the edge of fear and despair, he chose to take his own life. That was what really happened. Everyone saw, experienced, and justified it. This was the truth everyone wanted to believe. Oh! Is this it? This is the... Okay. So now we're at the notification that streaming past this is not good. Well then. Okay. I guess that's where we have to stop it for today. So like I said, I've talked to Tasso about this warning that we were gonna get already. How we're gonna do this is that I will be streaming it. Yeah, we can stream, but we can't I can't archive it. So I will be streaming it. From what I'm gonna think, probably on Saturday. After the stream goes out, I'll have to private it. That way we can still follow these guidelines, obviously. But yeah. It does suck. I know, it really does suck, guys. For anyone who's not seeing it later, or VODs later, or anything like that. But, yeah. It's just... Yeah, it just sucks a lot. I understand that. But I hope that all of you guys can come get it. I am planning probably to do this... this coming Saturday, which is going to be, let me see, June 5th, so about 2 days from now. That's what I'm planning. If you guys are on like either the Nyan Cave Discord or the Buried Stars Discord that Tasso runs, then I can give a post then as well to give warning when I'm doing it or any updates to it as well. So yeah. Warning to autosave. It's fine. We don't have to hit the autosave port. Let me switch it over here. We don't have to hit the autosave. It didn't look like it was too much for me to skip, like, fast forward to this point from where it's saved. But yeah. I'm also probably just gonna leave my PS4 on, like, rest mode, so it should be fine, unless, like, my power cuts off or something. Because it is raining a lot around in Texas right now. True ending hype? Yeah, I'm super excited as well. Like I said, we're probably gonna do that on this coming Saturday, June 5th, 2 days from now. Like I said, if you want to make sure you get it, either if you're on the Buried Stars Discord that Tasso runs, or like the Nyan Cave Discord or anything like that, just shoot me a message and letting me know that you guys want to be notified directly, just in case like YouTube notifications doesn't go through for you guys, because I know it doesn't always work out too well. But yeah, just shoot me a message and then I'll make a post in both those Discords in order to both those servers to let you know right away that I am going to be doing the broadcast. But yeah, I am super excited. I hope a lot of you guys can be there for it. Like I said, it does suck that we can't put this on a VOD for people to watch later, but we do what we have to do. I don't want to get in trouble for anything, yeah. B-Stars Discord for VOD viewers, Lamau. Oh, ooh. Yeah, it is a big F to VOD viewers. It does suck, but yeah. Like I said, just shoot me a message if you have either me or Tasso on Discord. I'll if it's okay with Tasso, can I post a link to the B-Star Discord? I'll post it on the comments of this video. That way people who want to go onto it will be able to click on it to get the Discord. But yeah, I'll probably do it in 2 days. If not, I will post a message saying if I can or can't do it. Other than that, I hope everyone here will be excited to see that happening. I might find some way to put it out there, but like, as for now, we're gonna have to private the video. There's nothing we can do about it. But yeah, we had a lot of stuff happen today. Like you said, Tasso, up to the warning was gonna be about the normal time we end the streams usually. It's a little earlier than what we do, but this is where we're gonna end it tonight. But yeah. On that note, this, like I said before, this seems like a good place to stop. Also, like I said, we were at 99 subscribers. I hope we hit 100 soon, just one more. Really excited. My first 100. But other than that, I hope you guys do enjoy my playthrough. And like I said before, I will also be checking out the other endings. So as long as this pop-up doesn't this annoying pop-up thing here doesn't keep showing up, I'll keep those VODs on. So, like I said, there's still more Buried Stars content there. I hope all the VOD users will also see it. But yeah. Good night, guys. Yeah. Good night, Sage. But yeah, like I said, next stream definitely is going to be Buried Stars. So hope to see you guys there. Okay, and on that note, I'll say good night. Thanks you guys for watching.